Coach, you always talk about, winning a game, 24-hour rule. Does that
Yeah.
kind of go for a game like this?
Oh, no, it's 100%. I'd say it. I would have said if we would have won by 9 or we would have won by 109. I would have told the guys the same thing Sunday night. That's how we end every Sunday night meeting and every Sunday night practice. That we all get 24 hours. Coaches, players, everybody, to either enjoy it or be upset and be sad about the situation. And then that's really all you get. And then 6 a.m. this morning we woke up, went to weights and got back after it, and it's where we're at. We're thinking Kingsville right now, and it's ready to go.
Just talk a little bit about the struggles of the offense. It looks so good through the first quarter and a half, and then is there anything you can put your finger on as to?
Well, the first thing is you got to run more than 22 plays. You can't have a turnover on a kickoff return. You can't have a fumble on a first and 10 play or second and 10 play for 22 yards, and so you got to stay out there. And then you can't have a fumble called it was really an incomplete pass called a fumble on a 2nd and 8 play when you're driving to score or go against you. And so you do that against a team with you got some guys on that other side of the ball. They're going to hold the ball for 40-some plays. Everybody's kind of on the defense, about being out there for so long. Well, the problem is on the fumble on the kickoff return. Here's the big problem with that. That was after an unsportsmanlike penalty on them. So they were kicking off from like the 15. So we get that ball back out to the 50 and get no points from that drive. And the thing that hurts that, the biggest thing that hurts that is for a defensive unit, they had about 25 or 30 seconds to stand on the sideline to try to get regrouped to fix the situation. And so they actually went back-to-back series without getting to correct the problem on the field. And so that's where the fumble and all that stuff really added up, because it extended it really extended 2 possessions for them, because they really only got a break of a kickoff return, so maybe 45 seconds. So, some of that, the drive where we had the incomplete pass fumble, really that was that was a good drive going. We were in momentum again, and we were kind of getting in rhythm. And that was a 28-20 point ball game. That was the drive to me that we needed to convert. That was the different than the Tarleton the week before. We convert that drive. Well, now it's it's a 15-point ball game. Worst case scenario, we go for 2. It's 16 points. So now they're going to be backed up having to go for 2 the rest of the way. So really, the way I looked at it, that was the drive, because we're going to go for 2 that drive. That gets you a 16-point lead, and then all we need now is a field goal somewhere in there to kind of cap it off. And so there was a series of events in there that really, kind of really hurt our defense on that standpoint for sure.
Even as a coach, in a lot of games you coached, have you seen momentum just like that before?
Oh, yeah. And I think that's the toughest thing about football. Once you start seeing the momentum go in football, it's not like in basketball where you can start burning timeouts and stop guys and foul somebody and do the whole deal. You're kind of, it's up to the players at some point in time, but it's also, you got to find a play in there, either offensively, defensively, or special teams to stop. And I really thought the personal foul after the score, and then we got the long run. As I was watching the long run go back on the kickoff return, I thought, okay, that's the momentum swing. I thought that was the play. And then, the other one in there where I thought we were going to gain momentum back was after Mike catches the ball on the sideline. He catches that kind of backwards falling down deal again, where he kind of catches it with his legs again. And then we go out. Pay has 2 really good back-to-back runs, and then we get the incompletion fumble deal there, and that was where I could really see the momentum start to swing, because we had it at that point in time, and then we lost it again on that play.
Ball security going to be an emphasis this week?
It is every week. It really is. It's the only ones I was really unhappy with was the pass over the middle with Junior. We had that one in the kickoff return. The other one, that was a drop ball. So whatever that one, you want to take that one for whatever that one's worth. But those 2, you just got to be better at it and know where you're at.
Looking ahead to Kingsville, what do you guys have to do to get ready?
Kingsville right now, I tell you, they're the best 1-3 football team in America right now. They really are. They should have beaten Commerce. They get themselves in a bind. Commerce drops the victory snap and it rolls back 20 yards, and they're set up to kick a cheap shot field goal in there, and they get a personal foul penalty and backs them up, and they have to kick a 55-yard field goal. They get a fumbled ball against Angelo State in the end zone that Angelo State recovers to win the game. Midwestern, 2 plays, kind of freakish big ball plays, get over the top of them, and they get the ball down on the 1 yard line to win the game. And so you're looking at a team right now that all the conference leaders were on the ropes. They just didn't knock them out. They get really talented. They've done a great job of upgrading their talent from the last 2 or 3 years. To me, they look like a Kingsville team that's probably 89, 90, 91, 92-ish type deal. Got 3 really good tailbacks, a huge offensive line. Their secondary's playing all-man coverage, and they're real active. And so, to me, they look like an A&I team. They really do. Like a Richard Cundiff, Harms type built team. I mean, they look really good right now.
Talking about Miles Carr, what he can do. That guy seems like he's
Playing great, making really good decisions, protecting the football and doing some really good things with that and scoring points when he needs to.
I think I heard you say in the post game after the Wagon Wheel that the game after the Wagon Wheel has a potential to be a letdown game for your team because you get so keyed up for the Wagon Wheel that the game after you're worried about it. How do you avoid that?
Well, no, it really is not a letdown game. The worst thing about the Wagon Wheel game is coming back from the injuries and stuff that happens. I mean, when we play a team, when you play a team like Eastern that's gonna cut and clip you and do things like that, we've probably got 7 or 8 different guys with high ankle sprains and some injuries this week that we got to battle back with. And that's the toughest thing is because you don't see that style of play. And so when you play a team like that and those guys, the way they play, you're going to have to battle back on that this week. And just the physicality nature of that game that you have to play a triple option team. And so that's what we're really battling back with right now.
Does it help or hurt being homecoming, or does that matter?
Well, I think it helps, big time. I mean, you're going to have a great crowd. You should have a good crowd there this weekend. Everybody comes back. It's a 5 o'clock kick, so it's nice and early. Everybody can get in, watch the game, and get home and have a Saturday night at the house. And so I think that's always good. And then the players, the players always have a lot of family and friends that come back. And then we have, like I know Taylor Harris is coming back to town. Him and Dustin Bond are driving in together. They texted me this morning. And so Carl Johnson was here yesterday, and we'll have a bunch of different guys around that, usually this is the game they all kind of come back to see.
Talk about to the fans now, kind of at the Amarillo Canyon, how, this is a very talented football team to come out and see. They haven't got to see very much.
Well, no, I think that's the thing. I mean, even though we got beat Saturday night, I think it's still a really good football team. It's some kids that play with a high level. They've got really good character that are playing football the right way. They've handled the travel. They've handled some adversity this season, and they're a good group. And what I really enjoy about them is they love coming to practice. They love working hard, and I think that's what we've seen. Even in Portales, the fans that drove over there and watched us, and in the last home game, I think that's what they saw as a team that really likes to play hard. And so hopefully we can keep doing that.